folks, welcome to our blending lesson today. So this week we are working in Unit 4, Week 3, where we are learning about the long O sound. So we know from a few weeks ago that long O just says its name, it says O. And now we are learning 4 new spellings for that long O sound. So of course we know that O blank E is going to say that long O sound. That's one way that you can spell it. And of course the blank is always just another sound or another letter that will go in there. So this week we are working on O by itself, saying that long O sound. OA, that vowel team that works together to say long O. OW, another team that works together to say long O. And blank OE. So O and E, those two are going to work together to say long O. But the blank, that just means that there will be another sound and there will be another letter that comes before those two letters. You won't see OE at the beginning of a word, but you'll see it in the middle, and you could see it at the end. So this blank, it just means that there will be a sound coming before that O. So let's do high frequency words. Woman, right, caught, flew, food, warm, blue, small, give, ate, animal, hour, other, into, more, start, laugh, were, hard, near, would, found, listen, know, over, find, because, or, carry, about. Wonderful. So remember, you can always go back and turn the sound off and practice those on your own. You can pause it when you need to, and to really help yourself learn the words. So let's get on with our blending. All right, so first word, grow. Your turn. Grow. So this word, grow, is an example of the O-W, saying that long O sound. So GR, it's just one of those R blends, the beginning blends. You put those two sounds together, gur. And OW is a team working together to say that long O sound. Grow. Next word, no. Your turn. N-O. No. So no is a high frequency word. And so most of us, we just know it. We just look at these two letters, we know that it's the word no. But like we talk about, now we can sound out some of those high frequency words because we are learning these new sounds. And it says N-O. This is the O by itself spelling of the long O sound. N-O, no. Next word, so. Your turn. S-O, so. So again, the word so is another high frequency word that is going to use the O by itself spelling of the long O sound. S-O, so. Next word, blow. Your turn. Bull-O, blow. So B-L, you can just chunk those two sounds together. Ba-ul. And in the word blow, you hear the long O, you hear the letter O at the end of the word. And in this word, it is spelled with O-W. So O and W, they're going to work together to say that long O sound. Let's read our first line. Grow, no, so, blow. Your turn. Lovely. All right, next word. Snow. Your turn. Sn-O. Snow. So S-N, just one of those beginning blends. S-N, sn. And in this word, O-W is going to be that team that works together to say that long O sound. Sn-O, snow. So of course, with these beginning blends, you can sound them out letter by letter. So in this one, sn-O, sn-O, or ga-er-o, ga-er-o. You'll be able to put it together pretty easily. But like I've said, if they're longer words, you tend to get lost in the word as you're blending it. Next word, toe. Your turn. Ta-o. Toe. He says ta, and this word toe is just an example of OE saying that long O sound. And as I said, if it's OE, there will always be a sound or a letter before it. So in the word toe, that blank is ta. So this is one toe, like you have one toe on your foot, but you don't just have one toe on your foot. You have many toes. So that means we have to add an S to this word to make it plural. So remember, plural means more than one. Okay. Next word, man. Your turn. Man. So when I say the word man, or when I read it in a book, you don't hear the letter A. So it's a short A. And says and man. Now I'm going to change this word to make it totally different. I'm only going to add one letter. I'm going to turn this A, this into a long O sound. So in order for me to do that, I just add an O. Because if I were to put an O before that A, I make the word moan. Moan. So, O. Moan. So in the word moan, we still hear and we still hear The only difference is we don't hear the long A, or the short A, I'm sorry. We don't hear short A. We hear long O. And all I did was add an O there. So as soon as that O comes along with the A, then they're going to work together and they're going to say the long O sound. And A is not going to say its own sound. O. And says O. Moan. Good job. Snow, toes, man, moan. Your turn. Perfect. All right, let's do our last line. Caught. Your turn. Caught. So I know this word caught, what I just said, sounds a lot like high frequency word caught. They're spelled differently. They have different meanings, but they do sound the same. C says ka. O says ah. Okay, it's not going to say long O here. I'm just telling you that. T says ta, ka, ah, t, caught. Caught. And a cot is like it's like a foldable bed that you might sleep on if you were camping, so that you weren't sleeping just on the ground. So I'm going to change this word by adding one letter. Just like I did with man to moan, I'm going to add an A to this letter. And it's going to change the meaning. It's going to change it into the word coat. Your turn. Ka-o-t. Coat. C says ka. And once I add an A after that O, makes a different sound, turns it into a different word. Ka-o-t. Coat. So once the A comes along, then they're going to work together to say that long O sound, because it won't be ka-ah-at, like in the word caught. It's a short O. So ka-oat, coat. The O-A, vowel team working together. Great. Next word, below. Your turn. B-O-O. Below. So the reason I broke it up into those three sounds with B as one piece of it is because B is a high frequency word. It is a word that most of us just know. So B says ba, and last week we learned that E by itself can make that long E sound. So ba-E. But of course, most of us know that those two letters together, they just They just say B. We don't have to think about how to sound them out. But that's how you would. And L says ol. And OW is that team that's going to work together to say that long O sound. B-E-O-O, below. Next word, photo. Your turn. O-T-O, photo. So PH, remember PH is a digraph that makes the F sound. So with digraphs, you can't sound them out letter by letter. This will never be paha, paha. There is no word where PH is going to say pa, ha. You just have to know that PH together says f. And this is an example where the O by itself says that long O sound in photo. You hear O, and then you hear ta, and then you hear O again. So, O, t, O, photo. So photo is just another word for a picture. Caught, coat, below, photo. Your turn. Wonderful. All right, let's do a sentence. Jay says ja, capital letter, beginning of the sentence. It could also be a name. And O-E is one of those vowel teams that work together to say long O. And like I said, there will always be a sound before the O-E. So in this word, it is Joe, ja, O, Joe. G says ga. O-A, vowel team, working together to say that long O sound. Ga, O. L says ol, ga, ol, goal. So let's look at our sentence so far. Joe goal. That doesn't make sense. So something, I'm going to show possession. So in order to show possession, you have an apostrophe S. So that apostrophe S means that something belongs to the person. So in this case, something belongs to Joe in our sentence. Now, the goal is what belongs to Joe. So we're going to find out that Joe has some kind of goal, and since that is Joe's goal, it belongs to him. So Joe's goal, high frequency word, is to SH, shh. Again, digraph. It won't ever say it won't ever say that SH together. Shh. Joe's goal is to shh. And OW, team, working together to say long O. Joe's goal is to show high frequency word that, which, you won't ever be able to sound out. It's just THAT, that. That his, you can sound this out, is his, pretty sure it's a high frequency word. That his, B says ba, O-A, vowel team, working together to say the long O sound, ba-o, bow. T says ta, ba-o-t, boat. Joe's goal is to show that his boat high frequency word can. F-L, full, full. Oopsie, made a boo-boo. So O-A, vowel team, working together to say long O. T says T. So the T was supposed to be blue. Okay. All right, let's read our sentence. Joe's goal is to show that his boat can float. Your turn. Wonderful. Okay, so we need punctuation. So I would say that the sentence would get just a period. It's just telling what Joe's goal is. It's telling kind of what he's trying to do. So let's do some nouns and some verbs. So we know we talked about before that Joe is a person, which means he's a noun. Okay. And boat, we know that boat is also a noun. I think yesterday we also had the word boat, and it was a noun. So Joe's goal is to show that his boat can float. So the word goal, that is also a noun because it is the thing that belongs to Joe. So Joe is trying to show, verb, Joe is trying to show that his boat can float. So his goal, that's what kind of belongs to him. It's not something that you can touch, but it is a thing. It is something that he is doing that belongs to him, his goal. Joe's goal is to show, there we go, so we just said that was a verb. To show, he wants to show someone he's doing that his boat can float. So float is also a verb. It is something that his boat is going to do. Joe is going to try to show people that his boat can float. And we have one more. This word his. That is a pronoun. And so we know that a pronoun is a word that takes the place of a noun. So in this sentence, the only word that could go there is the word Joe. Joe's goal is to show that Joe's boat can float. So yes, that would be a correct sentence, but using a pronoun like the word his just makes the sentence sound better. It's kind of a shorter way to write that. All right. Wonderful. Thanks so much for watching. Go ahead and review this on your own time, and we'll see you later.